How many of you have worked with some great leaders in the past, or even now? Raise your hands. And I'm sure you have known some terrible or bad leaders too, right? Now, what makes these people good or a bad leader? So let's understand this basic thing. As a leader, you need to get the job done. But how you get it done differentiates a good leader and a bad leader. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Leadership is not a position of power. It's an act of responsibility. As leaders, you are responsible for the growth and development of the people who work under you. As leaders, you need to inspire them to follow you. Most of the times, we do confuse between a leader and a manager. In simple words, a manager, his job is to execute what has been assigned to him. For instance, a manager of a cricket team, his job would be to organize the logistics of the team, to get the ground fixed, to get the team for the practice, to check for the diet and everything else. But the coach of the team is the leader. He motivates the team. He puts them all together. He shows them the vision. He gives them the path. He reprimands team members if they are not acting as per the team. And that is a leader. My father once told me a story on leadership. A king wanted to test his son's leadership skills. He gave the prince 50 sheep to take care of in a month. The prince, who obviously had no clue how to do this, just went all out. He had the ego of being from the royal family. So what he did was, he beat the sheep up. He starved them whenever they were not following his instruction. And what happened? Some of them died a natural death. And the others got killed by wild wolf attack. He went back to his dad. And the king gave him one more chance, but the same thing repeated. Now this time, the king decided that he'll give his son one last chance, but with the promise that if he doesn't succeed, he will have to give up his royal position. This time the prince was under pressure to perform, but he acted differently. He went back, he learned the skill of managing the cattle. He asked the experts how to take care of their sheep, and in fact, he built a barbed wire around to save these sheep. In 1 month, he not only saved all 50 sheep, but they were all healthy and hearty. His father, the king, was overjoyed, and he gave his son a little part of his kingdom to take care of. Friends, there are a few lessons to be learned from this story. Number 1, leaders are not always born, they are made. Number 2, as a good leader, you need to be prudent about your people and take care of them. 3, to be a good leader, know the skills of the job that you need to do. And 4, no matter how strong a leader you are, there will be adversities which you need to be prepared for, like the wild wolves that attacked. I have been extremely fortunate to work under some great leaders and some good managers too. And I feel those people were salt on earth. Now there was something very common about all these leaders. They would wear different leadership hats in different situations. And that is called situational leadership. They would be transactional when they had to get things done. The reward and the risk type. They were transformational when they had to motivate the team to bring them all up together. They were autocratic when they lacked time. They knew how to get things done, but it was the my way or the highway. Or democratic when they didn't know much about the topic, but they wanted the consensus of the people and the opinion of the experts in the room. I feel I'm a bit of a mix of a few of them. A transformational leader, an autocratic, and a diplomatic at some time. But that's what I'm comfortable doing. As a situational leader, I think it's similar to driving a manual transmission car. You cannot always keep pushing the gas because at one point your car will crash, and the gas is the people who work under you. You cannot just put your foot on the brake pedal because your car will not move anywhere. But as a situational leader, you have an option to slow down when there's a speed bump, or go fast when you see a clear road, or if you have taken a wrong route, take a U-turn. That is a situational leadership. Now that was my situation, my leadership story. How about yours? Thank you.